Is this another power couple? Zendaya and Tom Holland. Hmm? Wow. So let's take a look at their numerology and we'll see what their commonalities are as well as their differences. Hi, all. Welcome to Numerology with Lori. I'm so glad you all are here with me. Please like and subscribe to my video and please click that icon drop down to all. So yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you. So let's start with Zendaya. And I apologize if I go back and forth to Zendaya because that's what I always used to call her. And then I heard somebody specifically call her Zendaya. I'm like, oh, I've been saying it wrong. But anyway, so first I want to tell you a bit about what I found out. So I found out by through Wikipedia and just a few little Google searches that her first name is a Shona name. And it means to give thanks. How wonderful is that? So I'm going to show you real quick. She's got four names in her chart: Zendaya, Marie, Stormer, Coleman. So I think based on that, that it sounds like using Zendaya was just easier for her. Maybe? Mm-hmm. It does make some kind of sense though. So you can see that I calculated all of the numbers and for each letter, and I calculated her destiny number, her soul number, her personality number, her life path using her birth date, and her maturity number. And below that, you can see the pinnacles and the challenges using her birth date number as well. So I can show you this again. And I apologize that it keeps on doing that thing, and I haven't figured out yet why it's doing that. But anyway, let's move on to what we think about Zendaya. Um, so we talked about that. Okay, so I think that her destiny number is the most interesting. It is A6. So here we are here. So when you add up all of the numbers in her name, so all of these numbers all the way across, you get her destiny number, which is a 24 6. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. Interesting. So the destiny number is a 6. This is about love. It's about family. It's about relationship, marriage, divorce. I don't know. I don't know what's in the future for them. They're both pretty young. They're both in their early 30s, maybe 29, 30. Um, this number allows her to be of service, and no wonder she's with Tom. That's the part that I love. You know, it is again, it's about love, it's about relationship, it's about a family. So let's see where this goes with them. I feel like this is the interesting part is that this is with her for this whole life. So let's see where it goes. Yeah. So her soul number is a 1. And that's adding just the vowels in her birth chart name. Okay. So I love this number. I absolutely adore ones. They're very leadership oriented, new beginning oriented, idea oriented. She's a real go-getter. That's a wonderful thing. And that's again something that's with her. It's her heart's desire. No wonder she was voted top 100 most influential people in the world. In the world, that's global. That's pretty amazing. That's a global. I just wrote that down. That's global, friends. Yes, it is. So, let's take a look at her personality number. Let me see. I'm going to share this here just to make sure. Her personality number is a 5. So it's all about change, freedom, adventure. But remember, that's what people see in her. That's what people look for. That's what they see. Now, keep in mind, so I'm asking the question, is that really what other people see? Yeah, I think so. When I think of Zendaya, I think of a very change-oriented person. And I'm looking at her films and the shows that I've seen her in. Now, granted, I haven't seen her in everything, but I have seen her in a lot. And you can see the changes and the differences just in that. She's a very versatile person. So this is how other people see her. Okay, so research shows that this is true. It's the first impression people have of her. That's an interesting. And sometimes what it means is that it does represent what the person is willing to show you, to share about their true nature. Mm. So, so the five is part of her true nature, but we're not getting the full picture. We're only seeing what people really want to, we're only seeing what Zendaya wants to share with us. Interesting. Okay, so how about her maturity number? So this is the first hint of karma that I've seen. So this tells me that her maturity number is a 14.5. Now, there's a 5. That's interesting. So it is about freedom and change and adventure, but keep in mind the 14 is a karmic number and it's about the temptations. So we know that sometimes that can lead us in a couple of different directions. Um, she needs to be honest with herself now before she gets to that point, because the good news is it is a maturity number. So she'll be a little older when she understands it and it comes to her. It's called maturity for a reason. There's a growth that happens there. And most people don't come into that number until they get a little older. So hopefully she'll have had enough life experience and good things that have happened to her, and she won't give in to the temptations. It is a thought process and it is the maturity number. So let's just see what happens with that. She needs to be honest with herself and those that love her. So yeah, she needs to jump right in and tell people, kind of tell on herself before she reaches the point of giving into the temptations. Yeah. So let's take a look at her pinnacles and challenges. The first one is a one pinnacle and an eighth challenge. Interesting. So basically, what that's telling me is that she will be age 27 when she is out of that pinnacle and challenge. So again, it's the one pinnacle and the eight challenge. What that tells me is that her energy will be lots of ideas and new beginnings and leadership opportunities. Let me make sure I've got the right thing. Yes, pinnacles and challenges. So the eight challenge could mean that she gives her power away too much. Keep in mind that a lot of that time, up until she's 27, she's a child. So it does make sense that she could be giving her power away. That happens to a lot of children, especially young women, you know. Um, so she needs to she'll need to get this under control. Now, her second pinnacle is an 8. Really good news. So keep in mind, her first challenge was just an 8. So now it's like she's taking her power back. That's really good news. And the challenge is a 6. So she's getting her power back, and it's a great pinnacle to have for ages 27 to 36. It really is. That's about the ages that she'll have that pinnacle. She has a possibility of getting married, but she's hesitant. She has questions, which, to be honest with you, I almost wish more people questioned just getting married. So her and Tom, she and Tom, she has agreed, and Tom has agreed that they will hold off. They're not going to get married right away, which I kind of like that idea. They are committed to each other. That's important stuff. Okay. So her third pinnacle is a nine, where the challenge is a two. So this begins at about age 36 and goes to about age 45. Keep in mind that the second and the third pinnacles and challenges are 9 years each. So the first one in is as we know in Zendaya's case, it went to 27. It can go up to 36, but in her case, trust me, it's age 27. The last pinnacle can go from about 45 onward until she could live till she's 100 years old. So who knows? Um, so this is a pinnacle that ends. The pinnacle is a nine. So she's letting go of what doesn't serve her. That's interesting. Is that in her career, in her life, in her relationship? We really don't know. But the challenge is a two. And the two can be one of two things. It's going to either be about her relationship or it's going to be about the relationship with the audience. So she may opt out of doing work that puts her in the public eye. Maybe she wants to become a director, or I mean, she is voted top 100 of the most influential people in the world. So it's very possible that she could change her service action in the industry she's in. She may very well go to being a director, and or I'm maybe not a producer, but a director. That could be very fascinating. So, in other words, she's going to be behind the chair. Maybe. Let's just keep this in mind that between age 36 to 45, we're not sure what this two challenge is going to be about and what the nine pinnacle is going to be about. We just know that she's letting go of what doesn't serve her anymore. And the challenge is the two, which could be either the audience relationship, her relationship with the audience, or her relationship with Tom. We're not sure. We just don't know. Um, so the fourth pinnacle is a seven. So, and while again that the challenge is a two, that's really kind of interesting. So she's already got some experience with the two challenge. So it feels like she's got that part down, maybe. She at least so if it's and this is what's interesting to me. If she's got a two challenge twice, it's very possible that it's something that works for her, like the directing, being behind the chair. So, and with the seven pinnacle, this could mean that she is more analytical, she's more research oriented. She could also be more spiritual. We don't know because the sevens can be very indicative of being spiritual, and she'll be a little bit older. So it's quite possible. So let's just look and see what happens with her. So this will be from about age 45 on. I think Zendaya is a very interesting character. So let's take a look at Tom. His destiny number is a four. The four is it now. Let me show you. I'm going to share the. So here we go. Thomas Stanley Holland. There's all his numbers written out there. And again, we did the destiny, the soul, the personality. I wrote down his birth date. So we have his life path number, his maturity number, and then his pinnacles, which are calculated specifically from the birth date. Then also keep in mind that the maturity number for Zendaya and for Tom are both calculated using the destiny number plus the life path number. So we add those together, and that's how we get the maturity number. And that's just how it's done in numerology. So his destiny number, as we just stated, is a four. means he's a really hard worker. And the good news is Tom loves what he does. So it's easy for him to work hard. It's if you have to be a four, and again, I'm a one, so I don't understand what it's like to be to have a four life path. But I do have a four soul number. So I know what it's like to want to work hard and liking what you do. I have found that I have had numerous different careers in life, and that's okay as long as I have liked what I've done. And when I'm done, it's sort of like, okay, I let go of what doesn't serve me. Next, let's go on, you know? So I feel like that's where he is. His destiny number being a four means that he's not always confident. He's a hard worker. Now, he's not always confident in his ability, but geez, oh man, he's doing a great job. And the only reason that I say he's not always confident, let's take a look at this. We're going to jump ahead real quick. His life path number. So it's 6/1/1990, 90 something, 96. And it adds to a 31/4. I'm sorry, his destiny. Okay, let's scratch that. His destiny number is a 31/4. I added all the numbers, all the letters up. I'm sorry if I confused you. So let's just scratch that and start from here. So his destiny number is a 31/4. So that just tells me that that's where the confidence, the lack of confidence jumps in sometimes because that number on the inside of the number, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's a 31. And that tells me that sometimes he has issues with his self-confidence. And that also makes sense because Tom suffered, not suffered, but he stopped drinking when he was before he was I guess before just before he turned 30, maybe 29, 28. I'm not really sure what the age was, but the good news is knowing about it at that point in time is very helpful. So I don't know if some of you know, I got sober when I was 49 years old. I missed out on a lot of living because of that, where I feel like people that are this age that have given up alcoholism, given up alcohol, and they learn to live a sober life, it's very refreshing. It's like there's so much of life you get to enjoy. How wonderful. How wonderful. Because let's face it, it's not like as an alcoholic you can just have one or two drinks. You can't. That's just the way it is. A lot of people can do that. A lot of people can. And they don't drink every single day. You know, that's just the life of an addict, alcoholic. I'm not sure. I'm very lucky. It's been about 18 years since I've touched a drink or alcohol and or any kind of alcohol. And yeah, it's positive. So anyway, getting away from that, I feel like that's one thing for Tom that he's always lacked a complete confidence in himself, which is so interesting. Is that why? He may have dabbled in with alcohol and he became an alcoholic. I'm not sure. Who knows? We don't know why. It just happens to some people. So he's doing a great job though. And somehow or another, he needs to understand that. And his films have grossed over 9.9 billion. That, my friends, is amazing. Wow. So his soul number is a two. I love that for him. It feels like his heart's desire is to find the love of his life. Is this what he feels like he has in Zendaya? Maybe. A two is about relationships, it's about cooperation, it's about balance and harmony. His audience is also in a relationship with him, but his soul uh, tells me a lot of it. His soul number tells me a lot of it, meaning that is it specific to a person or does it have something to do with us? It might be both. It's relationship oriented. So relationship could mean an audience and it could mean a specific person. So that's one good thing. So his personality number is also a 2. That's pretty fascinating. So he shows who he is right off the bat. He shows it to the world, which is pretty amazing. It's the same as his soul number. I really like that. He's a loving person with tons of balance and harmony. Mm, I like that. I like that a lot for him. So his maturity number is a 9. So he's let go of what doesn't serve him. Now, again, I'm going to go back to the idea of his getting sober. He let go of what doesn't serve him. He let go of it because it interfered with his relationship with Zendaya. That's important. And it interfered with his relationship with his audience. He didn't want anymore to be enslaved by a substance that didn't serve him. And that's exactly what he did. He let go of that. So the a lesson learned over time, but one of his core numbers, so it truly belongs to him, meaning the maturity number 9. That's interesting. I like that. So his life path is a 5. It's a 32-5. This truly shows his connection to Zendaya. His need for freedom, change, and adventure is with him forever. It's his life path. It's, I'm hoping that they connect for a long time through this number. I really am because the 5 is her maturity number. So if they're together now, it's very possible that his maturity number being a 9 connects with her willingness for nines, and we'll see where that in her pinnacles, and his 5 no, his 5 life path connects with her. What is it? The 14-5. Is that the maturity number? Yes, her maturity number of 14-5. So it could help her overcome the karmic nature of the 14-5. Mm. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed because I really like that for them. I feel very positive about them. There's so many things that they have in common. So anyway, let's see. It's his life path number. We talked about this. I'm hoping they connect for a long time. Okay, so let's take a look at his first pinnacle and challenge. The first pinnacle is a 7 and his challenge is a 5. So let's take a look at that right here. The pinnacle and challenge, 7 and 5. Okay, so this was his childhood, the 7, the pinnacle 7. Could he have been shy? Very possible. In fact, it's very likely that he was shy. And it may have also been something that was responsible in part for the fact that he drank too much, maybe. Um, the challenge was a 5. That's fascinating because his life path is a 5. So, as much as he wanted very much to have his freedom and to have adventures, but it was very difficult for him to do that. Maybe that's why he turned to the alcohol because of that 7 in there. I don't know. I don't know. It's all a thought process, but it's easy. It's not so much easy. It's connecting the dots is an interesting process for me. So, mm, anyway, so it feels like he's been a very shy person up until about age 31. That's when this first pinnacle was over for him, or will be over. It's still happening for the next year. So he was probably a good student, and he may even have learned to be spiritual, possibly. It is a little bit harder in that first pinnacle to find your spirituality, but he may have begun it. He may have begun the process. That could be. So his second pinnacle, starting at age 31 to 32, is an 8. while the challenge is a 6. Where did we see that? Zendaya has the exact same pinnacle and challenge in her second section of pinnacles and challenges. So she has the 8 and the 6. Interesting. So again, I have written down here, same as Zendaya. The light makes him very good, the 8, I'm sorry, makes him very good at business and finances, but he might have trouble committing to marriage. Again, they have both determined together that they are just not ready to get married just yet. They are very, very willing to just be committed to each other. I really like that for them. It doesn't mean that they won't at some point change their minds. They may very well. So it's okay as long as they both agree, right? Yeah. So their number 3 pinnacle is a 6 and a 1 challenge. So the 6 is about love, marriage, divorce. I see him wanting to get married now. I'm not sure about Zendaya, so let's keep our fingers crossed that that's indeed what she does. He'll be about 40 years old. His this is his third pinnacle and challenge. So the pinnacle is a 6 and the challenge is a 1. Feels like he's in love and wants a family, maybe even marriage. That's what I wrote down. The 1 is a challenge that makes his self-confidence hard to find, harder anyway. Now, it's his third pinnacle and challenge. So it's very possible that that 1 energy, he's so used to it that he knows how to get by with it. So again, keep in mind that he has made a lot of money on these films. So confidence boosting, he knows how to deal with this. And the good news is once you take the substance out of the picture, you can work on that confidence a little bit better. Let's just say that that is a period he should be careful that the substance doesn't overcome him again, because that 1 as a challenge is very possible to see alcohol problems. It just can be. But I would say that if he's made it this far without it, he's probably not going to go back. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So, the 4th pinnacle and challenge starts at about age 49 for him. Now, keep in mind that his life path, and let's take a look at this, is the 5. So, with the 5 life path, his pinnacles and challenges start at a different time than Zendaya's. You know, Zendaya was over, her first one was over at 27. His lasts until he's 30. Here we go. The first one lasted until he was 30. So here we are, and his last pinnacle is a 4, and his challenge is a 1, and he's doing this at age 49. I know it seems like forever until this happens, and it could be, but you know, it goes on for the rest of his life. So the pinnacle is hard work. And again, he enjoys the hard work. He likes it. It's his thing to do. It's especially as a pinnacle that it's not difficult to reach. So he might revisit the Spider-Man series, or he may also do some directing of his own or be an executive producer somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So the 1 challenge again is familiar. So it seems as if he's got it figured out. If he's got that 1 challenge a second time in a row, it seems like he may have it figured out. The trick is for him to make sure he stays free of any kind of substances, which is so easy to get in that field. So let's keep our hands together for Tom Holland. I feel like he's a good man and he deserves what good things come to him. So let's see. Oh, and before I forget, I can do a reading for you too that includes all your five numbers and your life path number, which is your birth date, and your pentacles and challenges. And I can go into it a little bit more in depth, that's for sure. I have for other people, and I'd be happy to do that for you as well. So please get in touch with me at loriintuitivenumerologist.com. It's my website, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Yep. So we started by asking if this is another power couple. They certainly have a lot in common for now, anyway. So I'd say yes. I'd say yes. Let's enjoy them. Thank you very much for joining me, and let's talk to you soon. Bye.